AK Roundtable. We are already September 24th, 2025. We're cooking up to the end of the season here. And of course, we're trying to make our numbers by the end of the season, make sure that we're filling the pipeline with the right kind of finishing work, but also with the mentality and mindset of, is it really off season? Like, that's a question that I kind of like to pop out to us. Raise your hand if you believe that going into kind of that fall and winter months is truly off season. Raise your hand if you believe that that's an accurate statement. Cool. I'm so glad we're all of the same opinion. It's pretty important that we know that this does not stop. Of course, go take some time off if you've been busy all season and go enjoy some freedom on vacation or whatever you want to do. But of course, you still want to be building those pipelines and relationships through the winter months. So speaking of that, if we're not going into off season, what are some of the things that maybe we can consider doing during the fall months and winter months to really make sure that we're accelerating a pipeline of pre-scheduled work as we enter into that 2026 season? And so we'll dig into that in a little bit. But of course, as per every roundtable, we want to create some magnetic success and kind of wins from other wins. So why don't we go around the board here? Any wins that have come in since last Wednesday that anyone wants to share? And I know, like, if we get Matt Phillips to go again, because he's got wins every time. But I want to let's get some more people on to talk about some wins. I know, Dan, you just spoke about a big parking lot that you worked on. Did that get silver plattered to you? Was that an inbound call, or was that something that you worked on an outbound?
Funny enough, so I started last July. This was one of my first pavement assessments ever. And I just sold it last month. I think I told you about it. So, yeah, I mean, it's a long game, not necessarily thinking I'm going to go out and sell something. You never know what the fruit when the fruits of your labor will pay off, is I guess what I'm trying to say. So, over a year later, sold this job. So to answer your question, no, it was not silver plattered. I met with the customer 3 different times. He called, he looked up my contractor license and saw that it's 6 months old and was like, hey, I'm pretty nervous to hire you because I see your contractor 6 months old. And I said, well, that is a very valid point, but because of that, you're probably calling me back because of my price and you were able to get a hold of me. And I said, I want to earn your business. So I'll make sure that I'm there the whole time and that everything is done to your liking. And he said, okay, sold.
I mean, raise your hand here if you guys agree that, like, there's some long game action on these bigger deals that we have to be working, right? We have to be patient on them. You guys agree with that, right? Super important. And so, Dan, give us an idea, just a scope. We don't know the address, of course, but like, how big is that project? What's that worth to you from a revenue
Uh,
standpoint?
is 70, pretty much after a change order, it's 80 grand.
About 80 grand. Congrats,
So,
man.
yeah, I think I'll
And so
net.
you're stacking your pipeline with projects that range from what price to what price. What are you generally hunting for your business?
I mean, I'm doing minimum striping at 500 all the way to, I put out one proposal for 240,000. So $500 to 240, I think, is my biggest proposal I put out.
Congrats, man. And so that pipeline's starting to shape up. You start filling that pipe. I often talk about that as the analogy, right? It's in our coaching, and I love to use this even with our own team. It's about filling the pipe, man. I want you to imagine that there's this big PVC pipe, and I want you to imagine that you're rolling marbles, big marbles into that PVC pipe, different sizes, of course, but relating to what you actually want coming out of the end. You want to be putting the right projects into that pipeline, right? Based upon your revenue roadmap. But you start pushing all of those marbles into that pipeline, they're eventually going to spill out that other side. It's just the name of the game. And a lot of people a lot of people end up in a spot where they sit around waiting for those phone calls to come in, and they're not taking the action to drive those opportunities into the pipeline. And I think that that's really such an important takeaway for all of us is that raise your hand if you believe that the mindset of our industry is generally, as we're going into the October, November months, that it is off season. Raise your hand if you believe that that's the general mindset. And guess what happens to their pipeline? It weakens because the opportunities don't continue to get pushed into it. The relationships don't continue to get built. And that's where you guys have to really change that mindset. We're on season, man. This is business. Like even in Oregon, like I know Dan, you're opening in multi-state already. But like the reality of it is the relationship building does not stop, correct?
No, and I mean, he never mentioned anything to I, but I've been on this job now since Monday, and I've been spending a lot of time just talking with the owner and asking him about his life. And he sees now how I've shown up, and he said, I didn't want to say anything too early, but I am also developing an RV park right down the road. So when you're finished with this, I'd like you to go take a look at it.
Love this stuff, man. Like, isn't this right? This is so wonderful when you're building relationships and you take that consultative sales approach that we keep talking about, right? Like we beat that drum every single week. It's just like be genuine, operate with integrity, build relationships, and that pipeline fills up and they start to fire out of the end of that pipeline. And they're not just transactional, they're actually lifers. Like that's Dan, your conversations are not about asphalt with that client anymore. You're talking about different
No,
stuff.
I was
You don't
at no,
trust them.
I asked him about his kids this morning, how old he was when he had his first kid. And I mean, I'm here just making sure everything goes smooth, but I've been picking up trash. Like that's what checking in and just making sure that the customer's happy and the contractors are good.
Love that, man. Congrats on the wins, brother. And
Thanks.
for everyone else, like that's inspirational stuff, man. Take that, apply it. It's good stuff. Picking up trash, right? Not not to the point of having too much pride that he sits in his truck looking at everyone else and just cracking a whip from his truck. That's not the way that Dan operates. He's getting out of his truck and picking up bottles and trash and chip bags or whatever else that's been left there. That's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Keep building those relationships, brother. Matthew VO, what is up, man? I know you've been
What's
winning
going
two
on?
back to back.
So, a couple wins for me is I filled the entire week for the last week of the season for us. So that's exciting. Wright and Morrissey's a big builder. They called me the other day. They said we'd like you to. We saw your work on Shelburne Road. We'd like you to come out and give us a price for our parking lot. So which is it's about 400 gallons, which is a good size. So that's a good one. And then also another guy called me. He goes, I got about 20,000 to 30,000 linear feet of crack filling that we need you to get done as well. So that's an easy $30,000. So plus your tax. um, you know, and those are the kind of jobs that I'm trying to line up now for the end of the season because we can do those while it's cold and everything else. Get the infrared patching going and pothole repair, and it doesn't stop. Um, so those are my wins. You're cutting out. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yep.
Yeah, I said congrats, man. That's awesome. Keep at it, man, and keep
So
pumping that pipeline like we keep saying, right? What do you think, Matt? Why do you think people are going to come back to you for projects in the future? What would be the key reason with your
I think it's the
business?
professionalism and also all the Google reviews that I have. I got at least 30 to 40 Google reviews on there. They're all 5 star. Besides the couple haters that are pissed because I'm taking all their work. So they're on there as well. But
Do you reply to those, Matt? Do you reply to those
I do.
messages?
I do.
Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
find that I find what works really, really well is if you just operate with the mindset of like the purity of intent, like you're coming at that not not as a response aggressively to them or calling them out as a hater or whatever it is. You can just say, you know, in business, we're always trying to look, we're always trying to improve. We're always trying to do better. And if there's something that has come up, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Let us know who you are. We'd love the opportunity to fix whatever problems you have. And I think, I think if that will show to other people really quickly whether it's real or not.
I believe it's another contractor that is in the seal coating business, and I think
Yeah.
maybe he's struggling, but I tried reaching out to him, no answer. So
Raise your hand here, everyone. Raise your hand if you would, if you think that Matthew VO is committed to his business and improving it. Raise your hand. Just by being here on the Roundtable Weekly and like he's come to events and stuff. Raise your hand. Do you believe in that? So do you think it would be fair that if Matthew VO dropped his Google review link in the chat here, that you guys could take just a minute to drop a quick review, not as a customer, of course, because that would be artificial, but if you left it as though that, VO Seal Coating is committed to improving customer experience and really providing a great service, would that be something that you guys would be willing to do?
yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. All right, cool, Matt. Drop the link in there. And by the way, anyone else that's on here that has Google My Business, if you don't, you should set it up. Anybody else who's on here, please drop the same thing into the chat that's here. It's really, really important that we work together as a community. And again, this is there's no fibs here. We have to be real in the way that we leave reviews because we operate with integrity and honesty. And so drop those links in the chat and we'll be happy to get a list of all of them, Matthias. And I think that would be fair that we email everyone on here with the reviews. And if you could take, a quick 10, 15 minutes and just leave some good reviews, that would be really, really cool for the community, just with each other. It helps a lot.
So the other one is the live training is postponed tomorrow, and I'm able to do it now. So I just signed up. So
awesome, man. Awesome. We can't wait to have you there. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have it's a really good group. Actually, it's quite a big group that we have coming on tomorrow. I think there's going to be, what is there, Matthias? Is there around 25, 30, 35 people or something? Yeah, cool. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun. Lee's invested a lot of time into the presentation. There's like 82 slides and he's going to try to pack it all in. So there'll be a lot of value. And then if you guys have any questions, I'm sure it's probably going to extend a little longer than 90 minutes, but we'll wait for Lee to stretch it. I'll be happy to stretch it a little longer. But yeah, that's a great, man. And hopefully those Google reviews, if you guys stack those 5-star reviews, it outweighs those other ones that come in and have a challenge. But I'll always reply to the reviews. And I also have a common thing. Like we recently actually got 2 1-star reviews. And they come to me right away, right? And I take these things really seriously, like really seriously when we have a problem. And so the bottom line is that we have to turn a bad situation, because there was actually, the first one was really quite valid. We dropped the ball. And the second one was a shipment that was damaged. And we owned it. We owned it.
That's all you can do.
And exactly. And so what we did was we took someone that was really unhappy and we turned them into a raving fan and evangelist just by doing the right things, just by making that call, reaching out, communicating, and not becoming defensive and hostile with people that felt a certain way. Now, if you have a hater out there and they're doing it just to kind of, slander you or whatever it is in their competition, I mean, that's a different story. But if you have a client that has had a bad experience, own that shit, fix it, make it better. Because in the long run, that's what you want. You want good relationships with your customers, and it'll all work out. It may have short-term impact on you financially. That's okay. Consider it an investment. That's an investment into the future because you want customers for life, right? Raise your hand, honestly, if you want customers for life, straight up.
Yeah.
Acquiring customers is expensive and time consuming.
Can I tell one more story?
Of course, man. Of course.
So, um, there's an attorney that when I first started seal coating, I probably had maybe 2, 3 jobs under my belt, and I went and seal coated his driveway. They had some impressions from their tires, so I told him, I said, I'll try to fill those for you. I'll try to make it look pretty and everything else. And they were expecting something completely different that I could give them. So his wife was outrageous about that. But anyway, they had me still go on with the job, seal coated it. I just got my shipment from AK from the plate compactor that I bought for the potholes. I was starting to tinker with that, and then it started to downpour. I was like, oh my God. So I went back up there, and the sealer is going all over the garage doors, and then their pets are walking through it. They're walking on the truck's decking, and all this shit. And I went back there after, the weather got nicer and went and cleaned the garage doors, repainted them, cleaned the tracks, everything else. And guess what? They called me the other day, and I'm doing their driveway once again. So I was like, wow. So it goes back to, if you treat that customer right, and, obviously they weren't satisfied with that job, but
They'll
I
keep
took care
calling.
of it.
They'll keep calling you back.
Yeah. So that was my
You know,
story. I'm done.
by the way, it's totally normal when that kind of thing happens to feel like you want to run as fast as you possibly can and never
Oh,
have to look the client in the eyes and be like, holy shit, I screwed everything up. But the reality of it is you have to operate from your core values
exactly.
because that's what you commit to, core values.
Yep. So
Yeah.
those are all my
Love it,
wins
man.
today.
Cool. Love it. Love it. Paul, what's up, man? You've got some wins too. I'm sure you got wins weekly too. What's happening? You're muted, Paul.
Yeah, yeah. So it was interesting. 30,000 square feet. Cool, man. We just closed one for a little over 10,000 square feet. 10,200 some change. Really nice. But the same process. Had to talk to the customer 2 or 3 times, sit down and really feel out what their needs were so that they could see the value and build the value on what you were doing. Hey, 3,200 linear feet of curb, 10,000 plus square feet of asphalt replaced. Then you get the seal coating and the line striping out of it over the top of it. But, that building that relationship and earning that trust, especially being new where they've never seen your face before. We had this done 20 years ago and where were you at? His grandfather had it done. So yeah, learning the people and learning the son's taking over the business and talking about the grandkids, that stuff all works into building that rapport with the person and letting them see you as a person, not just somebody trying to take their money. So salute, Dan. That's exactly how you do that, man. Go in there and make those personal relationships, shake the hands, and actually talk to them. It's great. It works for me. It has worked for me through everything I've done. So
Thanks, buddy.
no, appreciate it, man. I'm glad we're working the same model. You're having success. I'm having success. So I guess it works if you work it, right?
One thing I just wanted to add to this. Today I got a call from a church. They're paving a 50,000 square foot parking lot. And it's in Dayton, Ohio or something like that. Canton, Ohio, I think. And it's funny because I just pushed it to our contractor network. So remember, if you guys are on the contractor network and somebody calls, I'm just going to push it out to you guys. So make sure you're on there.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And the funny thing about it is, right, this is the closing of the year. That's a $30,000 job right there off the bat to finish the year out strong. So, yeah, there's no off season, not in this business.
You can take a rocket scientist to do some quick math on what 10 of those projects are annually, right? That's
Right.
300K. I mean,
Right.
it adds up real quick. And
Yeah.
I think this is a consistent thing that I will continue to push everyone on the screen, including myself. Drive intensive action relating to what it is that you need to be doing to yield the reaction and result of being able to make money with the business that you have.
Speaking of making money, hey
Yeah.
Dan, do you mind? What are you selling an install by the ton for right now up there where you're at? Because
I
I'm in
don't know
Baltimore,
the
Maryland.
I don't know the tonnage price, but it's about to the customer was $4 a square foot for
Okay,
tear out and install
good deal. We're at about $2.78 to $3 right now.
with tear out.
Yeah, with tear out included. Yeah, and that's a nice profit. We're making a nice profit on that. We're getting asphalt by the ton really cheap down here right now.
Oregon's one of the most expensive states for material. Seal coats at like in between 20 and 30 cents a square foot.
Oh wow, really? Yeah, okay. That is high. Wow. But thanks for sharing that, brother. I was just curious
Yeah.
because with us, wow, I wish I could get that, 4 or 5. Hey, look, Dylan was in there when we were talking about that. I read an article and he'll back me on this. We were in a meeting together when I was discussing it. Maryland, right here, the Asphalt Association here was putting out like projections of $7 a square foot install. You know what I mean? And he was having that he was like, dude, that's outrageous installed.
I think it was the installed ton price. So it
Yeah,
was
that's
like
what it was. Done right.
it was a very convoluted way to look at it because tonnage, I mean, when you take into account compaction, like a ton can cover a lot of different measurements. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that. But I mean, I think anywhere in the US, I mean, you know, somewhere between, kind of high threes, high fours is usually where you're going to see things at on kind of a national basis.
And you'll win bids and make money at the same time. Yeah, I think that you were right on when we were talking. That's a perfect price point. Everybody, I mean, I'm getting guys that'll tell me they'll install it for me for $1, $92. Great, and that's mill and fill. So 3 inches thick. Yeah,
I'll take that price on mill and fill all
all
day.
day long, right? I'll book 10 jobs like that, and I'll only do one of them, but I'll book the rest of them out to somebody else.
100%. Yeah. I mean, the worst is leaving money on the table, right? I mean,
100%.
the one thing that you can do in this business that will change your world is just answer the phone. It's so simple, but it's so important. And guys, when they get busy, don't answer the phone. And if you're the guy that picks up the phone, if it's the middle of September and the snow is on its way, you can charge whatever you want.
Yeah, go ahead and back the money truck up, man, because nobody else
Yeah.
is going to do it. And especially here, I mean, we're still booked out 3 weeks on doing jobs now. That's how, like, if a customer called me today and said, "Here, I've got 90 grand for you," I would still have to see you next month. You know what I mean? Before I can get you on the schedule. So, yeah,
Mhm.
it definitely is insane.
Do you guys know what the difference between a business that's making 100 grand a year and one that's making 2 million a year? Do you guys know what the difference is between the two?
Number of touches.
Part of it. You know the difference between somebody who's going to fish for perch and somebody who's going out to hunt whales?
Okay, so I'm not scared to say no to say yes to a job. I'll say yes to a job and not have asphalt paver or a roller in the parking lot right now. And I will find a business partner to help me complete that job. I take everything that's coming and don't turn anything down but my collar.
Do you have the same amount of time available in your schedule, Paul, as somebody who's doing 5 million a year?
Well, that's a different question. Like, what kind of
Well, no,
schedule?
but you have 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, just like everybody else on the
Oh yeah,
screen,
yeah,
right? So
100%.
I'm going to probe on this one because I think it's really, really important for this team. This is mindset, right?
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
going to
do
read
100
something.
jobs myself.
No, for sure you can't. But the difference between
I get
somebody that's
100
doing
jobs
100
done.
grand, Gabe, go ahead. You got your hand up.
Yeah, it's the difference in the clients that you seek.
Correct.
You got to
Correct.
go after the big fish.
And so I'm going to read something out. I'm going to read something out to everyone right now. I posted this on my Facebook yesterday, 22 hours ago. And hopefully you can take a golden nugget away. This isn't a debate. It's just, I want to share this out because my mission in my life is to try and help you guys believe as much as you possibly can with conviction that you can do a shit ton more than what you're thinking you can do. I want you guys to get stink. Do you believe in this industry you can make a shit ton of money? Yes or no? Okay, cool. Asphalt's everywhere, right? Concrete's everywhere. It's everywhere out there, right? It's a matter of understanding some things so that we can go out there and do that, right? Because we all have the same amount of time. I know a business in our industry that's doing $100 million a year. I know businesses that are doing $50,000 a year and struggling. Okay. I'm going to read something to you. Most people think success comes from luck or being handed opportunities on a silver platter. The truth, opportunity is everywhere if you're willing to look for it. There are businesses all around us that you can study, you can learn from them, and you can replicate to build a great life for yourself. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't. But you do need to put the right processes and systems in place. It's very, very important that you have the right processes and systems that are in place. You'll need to stay dedicated as well, and you will need to stay determined, just like someone who wants to go out and get physically fit. They need to go to the gym and work hard consistently relating to the workout program that's going to get them fit. The real shortcut is surrounding yourself with the top performers in the niche that you want to grow in. You have to surround yourself with the right people. It's one of the reasons why you guys are here, but not just here. Make those calls, not just to clients. Listen to them, apply their advice, expand your peripheral vision, and push further than most people think is possible, because the average think that what they're doing right now is possible. There's nothing past that. And it's scary. But that's how you scale. That's how you win, not by waiting for luck or some magical thing to happen. The lottery, the chance of winning the lottery is very slim. You're not going to get the call from 150,000 square footers over the next year. It's not just going to happen that way. Don't wait for the luck. Don't sit around waiting for someone to deliver success to you. Learn, execute, surround yourself with GOATs, the greatest of all times in the industry. Guys like Lee Lois, people like the Roundtable, the coaches, other companies that are crushing it in your area. Meet with them. Sit down with them. It's really up to you all as to what you're going to do with your future. What my mission again is to probe things that maybe give you a little bit of perspective that goes beyond where you are right now. It's a really, really important thing. I started with a 5-gallon pail of sealer and $8 in my pocket. Okay. I started with that. The only thing that got me to where I am today is relentless dedication and determination, along with a team that I've built over the years that really believe in the vision and the culture of what we've built. And by surrounding myself with mentors and coaches that have got me to where I am today. And all I can do in these moments are share the words that come out of my mouth to your ears that create deeper thought, and then hopefully some action points that are going to drive you guys to a further point that you're more excited about. And so where you guys are right now, each and every one of you on the screen right now, September 24th, you're at a certain spot in your business. You're at a certain spot in your personal life. It's important to identify exactly where you are and journal that. Like, write that down. I am here. This is where I am right now. And then stretch out where you want to go in your life, what you want to achieve. We teach the 18-month plan in our coaching programs for a very valid reason. The 18-month is a really important coaching activity that we work with. It's a very important exercise because you start to lay out the plan of what your future looks like. And we start to work with you on how to achieve it. It's not easy to do all this stuff, and I'm not going to keep preaching right now, but the reality of it is every single one of you on the screen right now has an opportunity to build an absolutely incredible future in this industry. You really, really do. It's everywhere. It's not being replaced by AI. It's recession resistant. I've been through it, 22 years of it, just with AK alone, another 4 years doing it on my own, right? And so I want you guys, like, you're in a really, really cool spot. Now it's just a matter of making sure that you're executing on the plan ahead. Does that make sense? I think the words make sense. And we're here for you, right? Like, that's We're here for you. You don't have to do this alone. It's overwhelming and daunting to do it alone. So we're here for you. Claudia, you've had your hand up for a long time. I appreciate your patience. I needed to preach for a moment. I felt like something was speaking into me that I had to share tonight.
No
So
problem. It was good. It was really good. So it was for a good reason. Just because we were talking about the fact that there's no off seasons. Even in the winter, we keep doing our funnels and pipeline and whatever. But I was just wondering your take on the fact that do you think it's more difficult to pursue those funnel those pipeline when we are in an environment where there's snow, a good amount of snow? Do you think it changed something? Because I do really believe that our customers, it's more easy to close them or whatever when we show them their asphalt, like they're confronted to their cracks, and to the color. But when it's covered, I wonder what is your take on the difference that can bring
there's this cartoon you probably you know the Tete Clack. You know the Tete Clack. Have you ever heard of
Yeah,
that?
yeah, I
Okay.
do. I do.
So it's up in Montreal in Quebec. There's this cartoon with these guys that have like McCann, have you seen this? Have you seen this before?
We
Yeah,
don't, we
it's
don't,
it's
we
really
don't,
it's
we
really
don't get,
funny.
we
It's
don't get the
ridiculous.
francophone. We don't get
It's
francophone out in the West, Judd. Sorry.
I know it's absolutely funny. The humor is wild. It's in French. But I want you to imagine, Claudia, that you're in a car driving and you say to yourself, oh, again, another pothole. Ah, another slush puddle. Ah, another messy hole. And then you get out of the car and you step in the hole. And then you don't just step in the hole, it's an ice rink. So you need to put your skates on to step onto the pothole that's frozen with the ice rink on top. And you have hockey sticks and a hockey puck, and literally you're playing hockey on these big potholes in parking lots. I want you to imagine that. So I want you to think of creatively and constructively what happens in the scenario that you built a little bit of humor into a marketing campaign and a sales campaign that you would work during the winter months that had something similar, not this that clock exactly, but something similar that was different, where you made people laugh and smile and you built relationships through the winter months with these clients that now know there's potholes because you've taken photos of the potholes and you're showing them your marketing piece, which is like, oh, you could skate on your parking lot, and just have fun with that. But I would say in the winter months, you're not going to be seal coating. Of course not. You're not going to be striping, but you're going to be building relationships by speaking about the pain points that they have on their parking lots so that you can start to get your pavement assessments working. Yes, you won't be able to calculate the linear feet of cracks. You may not be able to calculate all of the potholes, but what you are doing is you're bringing them you're identifying with this potential customer that there's pain there and that you have the aspirin to solve their pain as we start to get booked into the spring. Matt, you've got your finger up. You want to chime in, brother? Let's go.
Hey, and in those cold weather climates, if you go into a business and you hit a pothole or something, and you go in and say, "Hey, I do this during the summer, or during the summer we seal coat, line stripe, crack fill, whatever," and I happen to have a 50-pound bag of cold mix in the back of my car, I could fix that pothole right now. It's not going to last, but it's going to stop the next guy from ruining their strut. And so I just wanted, can I do that for you? $100, I'll get this done for you. And I want to come back and give you a full assessment in the spring. So that 50-pound bag, Home Depot here, they sell for $23 a bag. Throw one or two of those in the back of your car. If you are in cold climates, use them as your snow traction, to add that weight instead of a bag of salt or a tube of sand. Throw a couple of bags in there and a tamper, and you just pull in, fix the pothole, and you're amazing to that client, and hopefully they'll call you back, or you follow back up and say, "Hey, remember I did that pothole for you?" Oops. And so anyway, just
That's great. Thank
think
you. And
outside the box, especially during the cold months and the cold weather. Yep.
I'm already having the bags. So
Yeah.
very good.
Perfect.
I
Uh
I
yeah.
know, by the way, I know someone who is in North Carolina who ended up repairing three potholes on three different fast food joints and then ended up landing like 46 different locations because they just repaired those pain points. Who's it? Just caring. Create a remarkable experience. Of course, the $100 that Matt's referring to is not the $100 in the grand scheme of things. This
So
is building the relationship.
so I did that particular thing about 5 years ago to our local Pizza Hut here. So that Pizza Hut, I would go in there every once in a while, but there was one pothole that I was like, man, I'm just going to take a bag over there and go in, tell the manager I'm going to fix that pothole. I fixed the pothole, gave him my card, and the manager there gave me my pizza order, which was two pizzas and a breadstick and I think a soda at the time or something. But then that spring they called up, said, "Hey, we need to do this." So we crack sealed, seal coated, line striped, and then we just did it again. That was 5 years ago. We just did it again last year. Sorry, my um, phone keeps going off. But yeah, so that $100 is not your end game. Your end game is to be put in front of them. Make sure you have a business card to give the person or some sort of swag or something to just so you're top of mind awareness and win. So
That help, Claudia? Good
Yes,
stuff.
it really helped. Honestly, you guys are not only like you help, but you have a lot of creativity. So I'm really grateful for that. Good. Thank you.
Difference that makes the difference. Differentiate from the pack. Don't do what everybody else does that's average. Do stuff that's outside of that, that's extraordinary. Do things, communicate, over communicate with your customers. Check in with them, right? When you're driving by a customer's parking lot, don't just say, "Oh, I did that drive or I did that parking lot or driveway" to the person that's with you or thinking it in your head. Potentially reach out to them and say, "Hey, thinking about you," right? Like this is all really, really good stuff. And yeah, Michael Winley, I couldn't agree more. It is a fantastic hat. And do you have an EK hat, Mr. Winley? You do? Good. Beautiful. Cool. Anybody want a hat?
Hey, Matt Villo, your link to your website does not have a link to your Google My Business. So we were looking for that. Matt, can you hear me?
for me,
Yeah,
Matthew?
Matt can hear you. Matt
Matthew?
was
Oh,
getting
sorry,
Matt
Matthew.
Vio. Matt Vio or Matt
Matthew Vio.
Phillips?
So Matthew Vio, your link to your website doesn't have a Google review spot. Somebody was asking for it.
Should be right
Drop
on.
the link. Drop the link in there. Look, I'm dropping our link in there as well for ours, but like you can just go to your company name on Maps, Google Maps, and then you'll want to share that link in here.
Okay.
Yeah. And for anybody else, if you want to share Google review links in here, that'll be great as well. We'll grab all that stuff. Michael Winley's got the hat on too now. I love it. Look, we go, man, we're rocking AK hats tonight. Who does not have an AK hat? Raise your hand. All
Yeah,
right,
no,
cool.
definitely.
We're gonna take a stamp of that. There's a screenshot. Raise your hand one more time. One more time. One more time. Screenshot that for me, Matthias. Can you screenshot that?
I don't know how to do
Can
that.
you screenshot? Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. Boom, done. Screenshot, done.
Okay.
All right, cool. We'll reach out to you guys. We'll get you a hat. We'll get you an AK hat.
Hank's hands up there too. That's awesome.
hey,
Cool. I love it.
hey, Jed, I see Hank just put up his hand, but really quick here. I know I've said this before in the past. So while I'm sitting here, I've just pulled up my order from when I first bought my AK-130 residential seal coat sprayer from April 13th of 2015. So I paid
2050.
2015. So at the time I paid $7,700 for that. So right now in 2025, I have a 2 acre parcel. I have 2 bulk tanks that I have seal coat. I have 2 trucks that pull 1,000 gallon rig, and I have 2 700 gallon rigs. Um, and my business partner just called me, and we're buying a 3rd truck, and we'll just pay him cash tomorrow. So, guys, if you just Judd says follow the dang process, or process, whichever side of the border you're on. You just do that and just win it. Now, am I making millions and millions of dollars a year? No, but I am living comfortably. My employees live comfortably, and I'm just building an asset that I can pass on or sell or whatever. So just follow that process. Be professional. Be clean. And if you like what you do, really, really like what you do, and you'll be successful. So I just wanted to throw that out as a win.
Thank you, Matt. It's been an honor and a privilege. I've said it to you personally, and I say it here. It's an honor and privilege to be able to work with you, man. You're incredibly human. And it's cool. You know what's really cool too about this roundtable? It's like we all don't need to be here. We don't need to be here, but we do it because the community, the people, the pay it forward, the universe works in very mysterious ways. It's really cool stuff. So, if you think about a 1 hour investment every week to be surrounded by people that are really geared towards positivity and growth and that kind of stuff, that's a pretty good circle to have around you. I think that you probably would agree, everyone, that for those of you that have been to the roundtable time and time again, you won't hear too much in the way of negativity here. Doesn't happen. It's not the culture we build. It's not the culture that we believe in. So we're at the top of the hour, team. We've got 10 minutes left. Why don't we open it up to you? Any questions that anyone has on here, or any comments? Really, just let's open it up. Anything that you want to chat about? Any questions? Anything at all?
Judd,
do you have it? Go ahead, Matt.
I wanted to throw out a question, and this has come up a couple times, but I've never done it. So in the 10 years or so, I've never done this. So I have a driveway that the seal coat has been layered and layered, and Dylan, you might answer this, and I can't remember Alex, that used to be the grinder, concrete grinding, safety.
Yeah.
So has anybody ground down the driveway? I know I wouldn't do it for a commercial place; it'd be just too big. But for a residential driveway, just to grind off a layer of that seal coat, because what's happening is we put our seal coat on it, and it flakes from the previous layers of seal coat. So be up to interested to see if somebody's tried grinding it, because that's what I was going to do. Is I was going to buy a floor polisher or a floor grinder and just take that 1/8 of an inch or 1/16 of an inch off and then put new seal coat. But I don't know if anybody's tried that.
I've transparently never done it with sealant, but we used to do a lot of epoxy and painting on a lot of different types of coatings. The way that you're thinking about it is correct. Just for the cost side of things, I would probably start with a really coarse grit sandpaper on essentially a floor polish or floor grinder, and just see what's coming off. I mean, a good rule of thumb is if you're hitting something with a mechanical device that's orbiting and it's not flaking off, it's bonded and adhered pretty well, and anything that you put back on top of that is also going to bond to that. You're also going to open up the pores in that coating, and it's going to take that coating again. You may want to kind of do basically like a Swiffer or a microfiber kind of wipe before you go and apply your product, just because there may be some dust, almost like a chalk, that builds up on it. But that's what I would do. I mean, if you wanted to go a level further, you could get into a diamond grinder. The problem with using diamond grinders on a sealant's it's not that solid. Like, it doesn't cure that hard. So you'd get glazing on the bits really, really easily. And then you'll just end up, spending a bunch of money on bits and not getting the result that you want. So I would I would start with sandpaper. Like at the end of the day, the goal is to remove some of the buildup of sealant. They sound like they're a good client if they seal coat that much. So
And I've pressure washed. So I have a pressure washer trailer that's a 32 or 3600 psi, I forget. So we pressure washed it off about 2 years ago, and the seal coat has lasted. But there, I mean, he does have us come back every other year.
Mhm.
And we've done his place 3 times now. So this fourth time, he's like, and we've had that layering problem before I started doing this, and I pressure washed it, and so that's why I wanted to know if anybody's tried to grind or sand or try to, we've scraped it, and some of it doesn't, but after we seal it, within 6 months, he says, oh, it flaked off over to here at this place. So I don't know what's releasing it, causing it to release. I don't understand, but grinding. So that's my next option. So,
I
but I
think
did think about the sandpaper.
you know who this question is going to be perfect for tomorrow night?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Lee
That
Lois
was
will have the answer. I'll tell you my answer, which I think he'll probably say the same. It's the cost involved with doing all of that is going to be absolutely exponential. And if it's already all alligator cracks, so to speak, or it's in a flaked environment, is it? Is
no,
it?
it's in and I don't honestly don't think the cost is. He doesn't care about the cost. I mean, he even asked me, should we remove and replace the asphalt? And I'm like, no. There's just some cracks. I mean, a few cracks in the. There's not even any alligatoring, or there's just a couple, stress cracks. But it's a
Why can you just crack seal it and crack seal it and throw a thin coat down, or what, like what?
we do that, but we always get flaking, and it's not my seal coat that's flaking. It's the layer underneath flakes.
It's the layer, it's the adhesion. Yeah, right. Gotcha. Yeah, I think it'll
Well,
be a good question. I've never used a
I,
grinder
Oh,
on.
I have it on my list to ask Lee tomorrow night.
Oh
So
yeah, everyone, you better be coming with some questions. By the way, those questions are going to be important. Really good ones too. Come with really good ones.
well, I put the scarifiers in the chat, and I'm looking at one. You can go with a really coarse one, and it'll take down quarter inch. It'll take some of that stuff off like a full layer if you wanted to. But I'm just saying, like, there's options of doing. You can rent one of those machines too, right? But
the
The
only
problem is that the
it's
head is going to get
too
completely
much bite.
caked with you. Yeah, it's too much bite. It's just
well,
going to tear it up.
or gum up.
We used to Scarifier. We used Scarifiers to remove striping. Like if we were doing lows never wanted a blackout. We'd always have to Scarify, and you're gonna, bite into the asphalt enough that you're gonna expose the aggregate on that. I'm not thinking that the residential client is gonna be looking for it to go that deep, and you don't have a lot of control with the Scarifier. So just food for thought on that.
They're
Yeah.
great. It's another great winter gig, by the way. Scarifying is a really, really good winter gig. If anybody wants to learn more about scarifying, tripping hazard stuff, concrete, concrete sidewalks. Everyone raise you know what scarifying is? Raise your hand if you know what scarifying is. Yeah. All right, cool. It's something that you may want to consider as adding as a line of monetization for your business as you get down that path, because again, it's one of those aspirins that solve the pain point, tripping hazards, liabilities, those kind of things, builds relationships. Matt, you've got your hand up.
So I've been slowly getting equipment to eventually go into a little bit of paving. I've been doing a little bit of asphalt repair already. Just bought another 3500 pickup. I got the dump truck. I got the pickup. So have you guys had any? Um, have you guys used any of those drag boxes before instead of an actual paver that you can attach to a skid steer or a larger dump truck? And would that be a good option for me to go into? Because at this point I'm getting ready to looking to purchase a skid steer, either a track or wheeled, and also roller.
I personally have used drag boxes. They worked great for extensions and single driveways and those kind of things, But the
Because
reality,
I was looking at one that you can you can start with a 4 foot section, do the 4 foot section, then you can do a full 8, and then you can do another 8. and also has chutes on the sides that will come out as well.
We kept ours for patching at the end of it all. We didn't do new installations. It was more of a patching solution that we used it for. But performance partners on paving projects, like if you're going to go pave something, pave it with a partner that knows how to pave it really well. Drag boxes are good for patching or some extension work. I wouldn't get into bigger scoped projects with it.
I was thinking more residential driveways, rip outs, stuff like that.
Single lanes though, generally. They work. But again, it's like, could I have a company that has a paver crews and can come in and do this thing quickly? And could I potentially provide a better experience and still make some really great hay doing that? And then learn from them and then buy a paver and do what I want. If you're moving in the direction of building a paving company down the line, then which I could see you doing because I know you. I mean, I would probably go.
I'm thinking I'm going to be picking up another trailer. So I'll have two crews running. I'll be running one crew. Another guy will be running another crew. And then eventually get into the paving end of it. So then I'll have a crew running as well. So that's kind of where I'm.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is the guy that was on the phone with me who had a job when he first got on a call. He had another job and he was like uncertain of whether or not he's going to pull the trigger on a 300-gallon rig because he's like, I don't know, should I? I don't know. And I'm like, dude, you're not going to regret it. Go bigger sooner. Trust me, you're not going to regret it. And here he's talking about.
I wish I would have went with the 700.
Now he's talking about paving lots. Like, and it happens. It happens so often.
I think you created a monster. Sorry.
I know. Well, yeah, I know. And by the way, just if you ever meet Matthew Vio in person, just watch out for his handshake and watch out for his hug. He will crush you. No, Matt, I would probably pick up a drag box as to where you are. The cost is negligible compared to the return, but I would not overextend yourself on something that could potentially tarnish your brand reputation. Be cautious.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, cool. Well, we're at the top of the hour. Any other questions, comments? You guys get some golden nuggets out of tonight's roundtable in a short hour, 59 minutes and 48 seconds. Yeah. Give me a thumbs up, guys. Come on, give me a little action. All right, cool. Nice. All right. If there's anything, of course, we're always here for you guys. We do have Mr. Dylan Malone on here. I know that some of you know Mr. Malone. Dylan Malone, can you come off mute and just let everybody know who doesn't know you, let them know who you are and how you're available to help, brother.
Yeah, so to all the newer faces, I'm Dylan and I specialize on the AK- software here with Asphalt Kingdom. So if you're looking to present yourself really professionally, if you're looking to have good profit margins and account for all your costing, we have job cost calculators built in to help you with that. We really have everything to take you from lead to close one and then operations from then on there. So if you're looking for that foundation for your business, let's get some time on the board. I messaged a couple of you guys individually, but I'll drop my link in the main chat. I got some time tomorrow and Friday. So as soon as you're ready, I'll be ready as well. So let's go.
Thanks, Dylan. And by the way, Dylan, came into Asphalt Kingdom not knowing anything about asphalt. That was how many months are we in now? We're a year and change.
Yeah, we're almost at my 18 months.
18 months.
We're gonna have to reflect on my 18-month goal and see how we match up.
18-month plan. So I just want to give a shout out to you, man, because I get a lot of feedback from people, and I'm being very genuine in the way that I say this, man. Like as a mentee, I know that Dylan McCann spends a lot of time with you as well every day, and myself, who's invested some good time with you as well as a mentee. I'm really fucking proud. I'm really proud of you, man. I'm really proud of you, and you show up every day and you come in on time and you work your ass off and you really are here to help people and you do a really, really good job. So I just want to publicly give you a shout out here today, man. Thank you for helping people. Thank you for truly caring, not being a salesperson, but actually genuinely caring. So big shout out to you, brother.
Thank you.
And also, I'm looking forward to seeing the next bench press record that you're going to set for yourself, because Matthew Vio is going to probably have to battle that one.
I'm trying to catch up with Gabe Scurry. He's still got a
Yeah.
couple plates on me. So
What's your press?
I just hit 315 in July.
Yeah.
My max right now.
The most I've ever benched was 405, and that was a lot of weight coming down.
Like
You
I said,
make
man,
sure you have somebody spot you.
yeah. When you go to hug me, I'm going to have people spot me.
Well, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about big fish, right? So now I got a new goal that I have to live up to.
Yeah.
Four plates.
This time, it ties all into it though, right? It's all about processes and systems. It's about showing up, discipline, determination, dedication, stay motivated, circle, people to cheer you on. Like, it's what it's all about, man. So yeah, I hope you guys get out there and win. And I'm stoked to be here, part of the community. And let me know if there's anything I can do to serve you or help you. That's what I'm here for. So appreciate you guys. Have a beautiful balance of your night, and we will see all of you on the Science Behind Pavement Maintenance and Repair tomorrow night. The link is in the chat. We'd love to see you there. If you're not going to be there, just know that there's going to be more down the line for you as well. We'll see you next week, same time, same place, right here on the AK Roundtable. And another big thank you to you, Mr. Matthias, for co-hosting. I appreciate you.
My pleasure. Let's go.